when you and I had a conversation, we talked on the phone, and I just thought it was very important. I want to hear why you thought it was very important for you and I to have a conversation.
Yeah.
To settle our differences.
Okay, so we got to talk about Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps ending their beef, man. And we all know Steven Jackson is not going to like that because, remember, he shared his opinion about their beef, and I'll be getting to that later in today's video. But yeah, guys, remember when we covered when Mike Epps and Shannon Sharpe, you know, they had a beef that kick-started about a year ago when Mike Epps had made a joke about Shannon Sharpe's club, SHAY SHAY platform.
That nigga Shannon Sharpe called me trying to do an interview. I said, no, Medea, I ain't doing no interview. So you can sit across from me and look at my balls. I'll sit down, nigga. Thought he was going to attack Cat. It's called Shay Shay. The nigga's telling you. Put a wig on that nigga, tell me if that ain't Medea's sister. They exposing every fucking body.
That was at the time when Cat Williams' interview went viral, broke the internet, and everybody was responding. A lot of comedians were telling Shannon Sharpe jokes, and Shannon Sharpe responded. He was talking about it like, yo, you're just mad because you wanted an interview on the Club SHAY SHAY platform, and we just haven't really got back to you on that.
You said I reached out to you to come on Club SHAY SHAY, and you a mofo lie. Now, when I see you, I'm going to see you. I'm going to see if you about that.
Okay.
I'm going to see if you want to say what you've been saying on trying to get some jokes because you got mad because Cat Williams did what he did.
So Shannon Sharpe was like, yo, I know the reason why you're upset is because of the Cat Williams interview. Remember when Mike Epps had responded to Shannon Sharpe threatening to pull up on him, this is what Mike Epps had to say.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I did DM you to get on the show. But I DM'd you to get on the show because you brought my name up when you was sitting there with Cat. And you was trying to get him to talk crazy about me, but he didn't. Okay? Now, second of all, talking about pulling up on me. You're going to be an all-star. I'm going to be an all-star in my hometown. And I'm going to see you. All right? I'm going to see you, brother. And I'm just letting you know, I don't be doing no fighting lately. I don't do no fighting. So, you know, there's only one other option. If you don't fight, you do blank, 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 blank.
So time went on, man, and we saw that Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps had linked up, and this is the photo that they had put out at the time. They had linked up at a restaurant. They sat down, talked, and discussed, and everybody celebrated it online, was like, yo, you know, it's dope to see that, you know, guys can just have their words and then just drop the beat. You know, at the end of the day, come together and do what Mike Epps and Shannon Sharpe did. But we had one person that hated on that, which was Steven Jackson. Mike Epps had an interview on All the Smoke platform, and this is what Steven Jackson shared his thoughts about Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps ending their beef.
You know, there's headlines between, you know, you had to stand up, you had said some stuff, and obviously Shannon Sharpe in his podcast and Cat Williams and all this, you know, it really made headlines, broke records. You recently got in a minute and was telling jokes, how you tell jokes, and it kind of started getting back and forth, but I was glad, I knew it would happen. You and Shannon were able to talk and figure it out, and that happened, I think, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Can you kind of, you don't have to tell us what it's about, but just how that came about and where you guys are at now?
Well, you know, we at the end of the day, this is all entertainment. You know, that's what this is. We're not selling drugs. We're not in the underworld. So there's some guidelines and rules to the business that we're in. And, you know, at the end of the day, we got families, we got kids and stuff like that. So sometimes we can get out of line, man. You know, and me personally, you know, I can get out of line a little bit. Sometimes, well, I said some stuff that I did, some stuff I shouldn't have said. Some of the stuff was good. It was funny. Everybody was laughing. But then when I went back and looked at it, I said, yeah, I kind of crossed the line a little bit. But when you broke across the line, you're already there. So I just didn't expect, the brother to get so mad about it, you know. And then, like I said on the podcast, I said a lot of people have been talking about it. I mean, I seen it on Saturday Night Live. I seen a lot of Corey Holcomb, different ones. I just was wondering why, you know what I mean?
You got singled out.
And then, you know, he told me, he was like, you know what, Mike, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was because it was you. Mm-hmm. He said, because guess what?
I fuck with you.
These people out here, they'll damn near do what you tell them to do. So when he said that, I said, damn, you right, man. I didn't look at it that way at first. And it just brought some light to me, man. And I felt bad about it. And I wanted to meet up with him and personally look him in the face and tell him that I was sorry. Because I've been messing with people and talking about them since I was a kid. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I hold my breath when I was a kid and say, I'm about to do it. And I'll talk about the bully. I'll talk about the dude that shoot everybody and all that. And say something to him that don't nobody say, man, look at them shoes and bluff. And everybody be laughing. And he be looking like, I'm finna kill you. So that's my thing. That's what I do. I crack jokes.
Right.
On anybody.
Period. Right.
On myself.
Got to be able to laugh at yourself.
If I go on camera, if I'm doing stuff, that's what I told him too.
But if they jokes, why you gotta apologize if they jokes?
Well, I mean, like I said, man, it wasn't Shucky Ducky telling the joke. It was Mike Epps that got a 5-season sitcom on Netflix. It was Mike Epps that got a movie out with Snoop right now. It was Mike Epps that got a special coming out on Netflix. It's Mike Epps that been in the business for 30 years. It's Mike Epps that,
Name hold weight. Your name holds some weight.
Yeah, so it was Mercedes-Benz versus Hyundai.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If Mercedes-Benz said something about me, I got to say something about what he said. That's what happened, man. So we shook hands, we made cool. And one thing I wanted to show these kids.
That's another way to do it.
I wanted to show these kids that guess what? No matter how I felt about him and how he felt about me, that guess what? This don't have to end in violence. And I'm not about to prove myself to nobody and mess what I worked so hard for to show somebody I'm a real nigga.
Nobody's too big to be talked about though. You did the right thing, but everybody can be talked about.
I not talk about everybody.
Yeah,
I have talked about everybody. I'm serious. I mean, I talked about Shaq straight in his face. I didn't call him Shrek and all kinds. He just be laughing. I'm thinking that he gonna laugh too.
You only get mad like that when there's some truth to it, dog. That's just how I feel.
Speaking of, I'm glad you guys got to talk.
So that's Steven Jackson, man. He made a fool of himself, in my opinion, especially how he was reacting to Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps ending their beef. And yeah, Steven Jackson pretty much wants to keep it going. I made a video covering that. So yeah, as you guys can see, Shannon Sharpe and Mike Epps sat down recently with a Club Shay Shay interview, man. But again, man, I just want to show you guys them talking about their beef and how they ended it. So check out this clip right here. And if you can, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. That really does help support my YouTube channel. And I really do appreciate that. Thank you.
When you and I had a conversation, we talked on the phone. And I just thought it was very important. I want to hear why you thought it was very important for you and I to have a conversation.
Yeah.
To settle our differences. Be it agree or disagree, we can agree to disagree. But I felt that we need to have a conversation. And I'm gonna tell you what, I was gonna tell you my things from my point of view. I wanted you to hear from your point of view. Right. And I didn't anticipate you showing up at Country Kitchen. Sid set that up because she knew I was coming. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting down there and Jordan, he said, boss, Mike Epps. So now I'm like, okay, I ain't too much. I can tussle for
nigga, that was my hometown. You was talking shit to me on the way to my hometown. And then you got to the Country Kitchen. When you got to the airport, said Shannon Sharpe here at the airport. I said, oh shit, Shannon Sharpe at the hotel at the airport.
I talked to a man, Turfy, talk to him.
Your ass was coming there anyway.
I was coaching the All-Star game.
Yeah, you was coming there anyway. Yeah. But that was the thing, Shannon. It was one of the most important things that came out of that is we got a chance to show these little youngsters out here that guess what? It ain't always got to end in no violence.
It doesn't.
Or fighting each other and putting our hands on each other. Because at the end of the day, we still all black men.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We still all examples in front of
millions.
That's just like whatever Cat said. It wasn't that bad.
Right.
It was like roasting him.
Yeah.
He just got up here and roasted everybody. Nigga, I can take my jacket off too. Just in case. Shit.
All right, we up here in white tee.
Think you're gonna try to just in case you get upset, nigga.
But no, I think the thing was for me.
Right.
Is that everything that you said that I wanted to show, look, we disagree. But just because we disagree, that doesn't mean we have to fight. We have to get out here because at the end of the day, ain't no other group doing that but us.
You're right.
Ain't nobody doing that but us.
You're right.
I mean, ain't nobody fighting Joe Rogan.
No.
Ain't nobody fighting Theo Vaughn.
No.
Ain't nobody fighting Andrew Schultz. And there might be people that say things that they disagree with. But we're the only ones that feel like I got to show you how much macho, how big and bad I am.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
We ain't got to do that, bro. Let's go ahead and get this money.
So don't forget to get in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.